Welcome everybody to my Psychology World channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about accommodation, assimilation and over-accommodation. So these are processes that happen when someone has experienced post-traumatic stress disorder. In a previous video I explained the main components of PTSD. I have also completed videos on what core beliefs are in CBT. In this video I want to go a little deeper into what happens in PTSD. When you look at the model, you can see in the top left hand corner you have a box for beliefs and prior experience. When the trauma information is so shocking our minds can't process the new information, then we get a distorted processing of the event and strong appraisals about the new information in relation to the person's safety or their felt control over the environment. In the top right hand corner is the way in which our brains process the event during the incident. During the incident, the brain might have experienced dissociation. They may also have had an effect like weapon focus. The brain might have no framework to process the new information. There is also the addition of the brain's reaction to extreme stress. When the brain is in extreme stress, it starts to shut down. This happens especially when the threat is overpowering and prevents escape. Often you will hear that the person felt like they were out of body, or that it was happening to someone else and they were watching. The way in which processing was affected goes in the top right hand corner and helps to explain why we might have frozen and why the information we have taken in might not be like that of a normal memory. The new information then goes through the prior beliefs in three ways: either assimilation, accommodation, or over-accommodation. And then once it's gone through this process, it then ends up in the appraisal box as a new understanding. I'm going to use one example to show how this information can be blurred or changed during this process. One belief that can change drastically and alter our sense of certainty is beliefs around autonomy and control. This is often described as locus of control in psychology. If one thinks they are in control and they have a sudden crash that leaves them disabled, they may try to assimilate this information into their prior belief systems. They may have followed the following logic: I am in control and therefore I can never forgive myself. It's my fault that I was hit. I should have noticed them. The new information gels to a previously held belief about autonomy and reinforces it. The second approach is accommodation, the idea that I do have control over my actions, but sometimes freak accidents happen. This approach uses previous beliefs and then creates a balanced understanding, incorporating the new information. The final change that can happen is over-accommodation. This is where our beliefs can take on the opposite nature. In this scenario, it could be the idea that I have no control and I can't trust myself with the simplest task. As you can see in this example, the belief has gone to the opposite end of the scale. Accommodation is what we aim for in CBT. In the first 2 weeks after a trauma incident, you will most probably need some time to reprocess the event. Sometimes you can get flashbacks for a month and intense physical and emotional responses. This is called acute stress response, and unfortunately this can sometimes last for longer than a month and impact someone's entire life. This kind of response is then called PTSD. I've attached the diagnostic criteria for PTSD and a questionnaire that can be used to help with diagnosis in PTSD. Please subscribe and like if you want to see more about psychology, CBT and trauma.